triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Ewan turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock, coming to you from the RMU Island Sports Center inside the Clearview Arena here in Neville Township, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us in cyberspace on Cyber Monday for Week 10 of PIHL Hockey Night Live for the 2025-26 PIHL regular season on TenbandTV, presented by Fibernew. Tonight, we begin our Monday night doubleheader with a key battle on the bubble in PIHL's 1A classification. We look at the Blue Division to start tonight as the Hampton Talbots, donning their visiting blues, take on the host Montour Spartans. Both these teams jockeying for playoff positioning as they sit on the cusp of those last couple playoff spots in the Blue Division, approaching the 25-26 holiday break. The Talbots are an interesting bunch. Last year, they tried to return to their lunch pail identity of yesteryear, but they just couldn't quite find the team chemistry consistently enough to make it to the postseason. This year might be a different story. The Talbots, for the third time in 3 years, have a new head coach, and the fans are genuinely excited about first-year head coach Zach Kuhn leading the varsity Talbots, the former Plum varsity captain. He was a Division II All-Star for Pitt's club team way back when, and now Kuhn finds himself in the head coaching ranks of the PIHL, leading the Talbots to 13 points in their first 8 league outings. That has them 6th in the Class A Blue Division. Coming into week number 10, Hampton coming off a win over Richland. The Montour Spartans on the home bench, led by third-year head coach Steve Young. Prior to that, a decade-long Montour assistant varsity coach. They've got 9 points, and they sit fittingly in 9th place in the Blue Division of PIHL Class A. 3 wins overall, 5 regulation losses, 1 loss after regulation. A win by Montour in regulation tonight puts them right within hailing distance of that last playoff spot in the Blue Division, and they too were coming off consecutive losses before their last game, a dramatic 3-2 victory at North Catholic at the Lemieux Complex. So both these teams really feeling a little bit better about themselves coming out of Thanksgiving, coming off not must-win games per se, but certainly need to win games, or at least that's what it probably felt like in their respective locker rooms, with Hampton having lost 3 in a row prior to the comfortable win over Richland last Monday, and Montour having gutted out that big win over North Catholic to sweep the season series from the Trojans after dropping back-to-back decisions. The big gun for the Spartans this year has been number 18 in white, Trey Varga. Varga, 12 goals to lead Montour entering week number 10. In the last meeting between these two teams, Varga tied the game at Frozen Pond in Valencia in the final minute of regulation. Then he won the game in overtime for Montour in the first minute of the sudden victory period. Varga has goals in back-to-back games for Montour, and he is tied for third with that 12 goals in the Class A goal-scoring column. For the Hampton Talbots, they're a very balanced outfit, a healthy mix of young and old, and the big gun for them has been their new captain this year. He's wearing number 22 in blue, Preston Cochran, warming up at the blue line off to our left for the Talbots. Cochran, second on the team in goals with 6, leading the team with 10 points. Coming into week number 9, he's coming off a 3-point night in that 5-1 victory by the Talbots over Richland Cambria last Monday night at Frozen Pond, matching the 2 goals and 1 assist he had the last time the Talbots faced the Spartans. Montour with kind of an interesting situation in goal. Ethan Diani, the senior and 2025 All-Star, led the team out of the tunnel for warm-ups tonight. He's being pushed currently by Cam Molka, the sophomore, who statistically has been the stronger of the two in the short haul and the long haul. Molka, in fact, coming off a big effort with 35 saves in that 1-goal victory over North Catholic. But it looks like it may be Diani who gets the nod against Hampton for the second time this season. He had 24 saves the last time he faced the Talbots. For Hampton, the last goaltender to face Montour
was underclassman Costa Saris. Tonight it looks like it'll be Patrick McCabe, the senior, who ostensibly led the Talbots out of the tunnel during warm-ups. That's usually an indicator of which goaltender is going to get the nod from his head coach. We'll see what Zach Kuhn ultimately decides after the teams line up on their respective blue lines for a couple of brief words from Austin McLean on public address. And after that, I believe we will have, to some extent, a national anthem. Hampton and Montour dropping the puck momentarily.
For the singing of our national anthem by RMU's Mr. John Tucci. Oh, say, can you see, mind the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang their lambasting in air, yea, proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave? Love you all. Have a great night, everyone.
Officially, the Colonial is the mascot of the teams that regularly play in this building. Unofficially, it is that man, John Tucci. Longtime Robert Morris University groundskeeper, born-again Christian, and celebrity fan of RMU athletics, gracing us with his presence, a live national anthem, befitting an important game. We talked about both captains, Preston Cochran with 10 points for the Talbots entering Week 10. Dylan Fogel coming off a 2-goal game against the Spartans in the last meeting between these clubs on November 3rd. Again, Montour rallying very, very late to win that game 4-3 in OT from Hampton. And Montour's played in a lot of these tight games. 6 of their first 9 this PIHL season decided by just 1 goal. And they've split those 6 games, which is why they've got to find a way to lock those games down and start climbing the ladder as we near the midpoint calendar-wise of the PIHL regular season. Aiden Jennings, coming off a 2-goal night against North Catholic, takes the opening faceoff and wins it for Montour, moving this puck from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device. Hampton skating with it up to center. Here is Dylan Fogel over the attacking line, firing it off the skate of Nico Sikorsky, the junior. Sikorsky, a talented offensive defenseman, points in 5 straight for the junior, as we see McCabe off to our left make his first save of the night. Sikorsky brings it briefly over the line before Montour is forced to tag up. Landon Keaton going cross ice. Spartans completing a change on the fly. Now Zach Kuhn will send some fresh Talbots on the ice to match them. Varga, the Montour captain, playing it in front of his netminder, Diani, who does indeed get the nod for Montour in goal this evening. Austin Lipinski, the freshman, playing it at center. Talbots have numbers in the neutral zone. Marley Dankmeyer unable to locate that puck. Dankmeyer playing again this year for both the varsity Talbots and the PIHL girls division, we expect, after playing for Team Central the last couple springs in the girls circuit. Joey Stevenson from the half wall plays it to the near corner. Stevenson, one of 3 returning All-Stars to the 25-26 Talbots. Stevenson has this puck in the corner for Hampton, trying to set it up for Cochran. Cochran keeps it in the zone, momentarily for Elijah Ginn. Ginn through traffic, blocker save by Diani. Had to be alert to make that one. Stevenson behind the net for Cochran. Cochran dancing around Anthony Klimas. Luke Bowser stepping on behind the play for Hampton. He's draped over Trey Varga, who tries to play it defensively for the Spartans. Montour wearing those very elegant home gold helmets with the giant Spartan head logo emblazoned on the right side. Ginn, Joan again this time, brings it over the attacking line, and we've got a penalty coming up here. Just 2:33 into a scoreless first period. Interference, the indication. And it's Lipinski who will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Hampton to the first penny power play of the night. And the Talbots have struggled on the power play, just 4 of 22 to start their season. 18.2%, 15th in the 23-team single-A circuit. Montour, middle of the road thus far in the penalty kills, 73.3%. 12th in Class A coming into Week 10. Eli Schwartzbach, the 2025 All-Star, playing it around the boards. Scott Cameron, who leads the Talbots with 7 goals from his defensive spot, is forced back into Hampton territory as Schwartzbach retreats to play it. Unlucky bounce off one of the official skates. Talbots trying to get their special teams in sync as Jennings has this puck for Montour. Sikorsky plays it momentarily out of danger. Fogel trying to cross the line for Hampton. Noah Diani, the varsity newcomer, has it for the Montour PK, and the Spartans get it the length of the ice. Schutz and Merrick, the USA hockey crew on duty for Game 1 tonight, calling that interference minor on Austin Lipinski. Talbots on the penny power play. Good break up there by Luke Zacharias in the circle. Zacharias up to center for Braden Kulak, the senior, trying to press shorthanded. Hampton have the situation well in hand. Cochran losing that puck to Kulak, but regains possession. Griffin Anigan losing his footing at center. Cochran with it, near corner. Half a minute left in the power play. Fogel dropping for Ginn. Ginn fakes, fires off a Montour skate. That went right into the body of Kulak, and he has an easy play getting it deep into Hampton territory. Last rush for the Talbots, perhaps on this man advantage early in the first period. Bowser under duress from Varga. Up ahead to Eli Ginn. Ginn waiting and watching. Ginn toward goal. Anigan trying to redirect it. Never made it on frame. Spartans back to full strength. Lipinski exits. Varga has this puck. 1 against 2 for Montour. Varga off balance trying to shoot it. He can't. Now that goes into the armpit of McCabe as the net comes off its moorings vis-a-vis the player literally crashing the net for the Spartans. And that is Aiden Zielinski, the junior. No worse for the wear. McCabe, 16 saves in last week's win over Richland Cambria at Frozen Pond. 3-1 on the year, 250 goals against, 903 save percentage. Plays travel hockey with the S-Mark Stars program. Eli Bukovic around the boards, kept inside by Klimas. 5 minutes into a scoreless first. Bukovic behind his own goal. Up for Bowser. Bowser pushed hard into the corner by Logan Dabrowski, the Montour senior. Landon Bagnotto up ahead to Cameron. Spartans play it back to center red. Bukovic, poke check by Jennings. Ginn 1 against 3 over the line. Ginn to goal. Ginn had that roll off his stick at the last moment before he could shoot it cleanly. And Montour looks to have iced this puck, and they have, as both teams change lines. Face off to the left of Ethan Diani. .819 save percentage and 4 appearances for Diani as a senior this year. A little over 204 total minutes of action. He's 17-19 lifetime with the Spartans varsity. .822 career save percentage. Schwartzbach on goal, and Diani has it in his glove. Schwartzbach, the Hampton senior, 1 of 5 on this Hampton club. Points in 3 of his last 4 games. Six points as a senior this season for Schwartzbach. Montour up through center. Sikorsky toward goal. Lost it. Good stick from behind by Schwartzbach. And the blue-clad blue liner will play it around his own boards before it comes right back to Talon Bruce Miller. And one of our favorite hockey names to date this regular season forces it back out in front for a save by McCabe. Kulak wins it to the boards for Montour. Zacharias behind the net. Talbot's flag it down. Bukovic. Up to center. And Bukovic gave Keaton a little bit of a whack there as he iced that puck for the visitors. Cochran out here against Kulak for the faceoff, and Cochran wins it for the Talbots. Stevenson couldn't get it out of the zone. Talbots defensively meet the challenge. Montour creating traffic at the blue line, but Hampton does eventually force it back to the Spartan stripe. Bukovic going D-to-D with Eli Ginn. Dankmeyer at center, trying to lead it on for Stevenson, nothing doing. Varga counterattacking, firing, and making that save is McCabe. Under 10 minutes left in a scoreless first period here on the island. Kulak, his stretch pass eluding Varga, icing on the Spartans. Cameron, the junior, wins the faceoff, and the ensuing shot goes wide of the blue paint. Schwartzbach at center. Off the home bench. Talbots play it back towards Spartan territory. Retreating is Varga, surveying the play, and he will flip it off that Clearview emblem on the visitors' bench. Schwartzbach again with his puck for Hampton. Up now to Jonah Ginn. Ginn, the Talbots rookie, is dumped by Montour's first year, Austin Lipinski. Midway through this scoreless first period, Varga in stride for the Spartans. From distance, he just missed the bar. Varga gets his own rebound back and fires wide. Sikorsky with the keep in at right point. His shot steered aside by McCabe. A convenient bounce for Luke Bowser. Diani will try to dummy the play and buy the icing call, but he can't. Hard hit there by Fogle on one of the Spartans. That was Sikorsky getting the worst of that one. Fogle with it now for Hampton. Has Eli Ginn trailing the play. Anigan providing support. Bukovic with it, top of the circle. Save Diani, no rebound. Montour winning the ensuing draw. Bukovic and Fogel offside for the Talbots. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard me correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite PIHL team the way the hockey gods intended. That shot by Ginn, deflecting just wide, and eventually this puck is sent out of play. And if you do feel like multitasking, by the way, Brian Mitchell and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest are in Harmarville later this evening. The Mon Valley Independent Sports Network at the Ice Castle right now for D2 action between Carrick and Morgantown. TJ and Central Catholic to follow, and the nightcap of that one in Castle Shannon. Kulak, right wing for Montour. Knocked down. Fogel with it now for the Talbots. Fogel with 12 points already this year for Hampton, matching his 12 and 20 games last season as a sophomore. His outlet pass went wide of Bukovic, and Hampton's alternate captain will reset to Eli Ginn. Ginn, watched by Zielinski the whole way, gets it just beyond his own blue line. Montour taking it over. Zielinski at center. Met along the near boards by Bukovic. Zielinski powers forward behind Stevenson. Stevenson able to tie him up near side. Bukovic up to center for Hampton. Leading it for Fogel. Fogel. Left circle. Fogel trying to go in front to Anigan. He was hit as he tried to make that pass. And here's Varga for Montour through center. Varga, one against the world. Varga to goal. Can't get the backhander off cleanly. Varga all the way back to Noah Diani. He and Sikorsky paired out here defensively by Steve Young. Varga trying to connect with Keaton. That's broken up by Cochran at center. Cochran over the line for Hampton. Shooting into the glove hand of Diani. And again, there is no rebound. Cochran to the boards. Montour in control. Schwartzbach, the alternate captain, up to center. Stevenson trying to play it for the Talbots. Schwartzbach takes one more stab at it to Dankmeyer. Stevenson trying to find that puck at his feet. Instead, it comes free to Noah Diani. And with it in an offside position for Hampton is Cochran. Cochran with goals in back-to-back contests for Hampton. Held without a point in the last meeting between these clubs. And what a seesaw battle it was. There's going to be lots of seesaw battles, we reckon, as those last few playoff spots in Class A Blue get figured out over the next couple of months. Hampton and Montour both trying to climb the proverbial ladder here tonight. Bagnotto gets it deep for the Talbots. Behind his own net, Sikorsky. Final 5 minutes of this still scoreless first period at the Island Sports Center. A couple of the Spartans collide. That's a break for Eli Ginn as he's able to reset to Bukovic. Cameron beyond the reach of Bowser. Montour dumps it deep into Hampton ice. Kept alive for a moment by Dylan Hogue. Seeing his first ice time of the evening for Montour. And the sophomore will watch his teammates play this puck deep into Hampton ice. Hogue puts it off the back of the net. Cameron up for Bagnotto, who slips it to Ginn. Eli Ginn content to get this puck deep. Zach Kuhn wants to make a line change with time ticking away in the first. Fogle and the Talbots under pressure, reset. Bukovic at center, lost the puck. Miller beyond Schwartzbach. McCabe off his line to play it. Spartans from the point. McCabe kicks that one aside, and the rebound just eluded Colin Rogers, looking for his first career goal. Schwartzbach with a move. Schwartzbach from the corner out in front. Fogle unable to hit the one-timer. Anthony Klimas for Dylan Hogue. Hogue just a bit too far for Jennings. Ethan Hughes up to center for Hampton. Hughes on the ice for the first time tonight for the away side. Fogle trying to go upstairs on Diani, couldn't find the net. Schwartzbach quickly to this loose puck. Near side for Anigan, the freshman. Anigan turning it over to Kulak, but Kulak was just a tad offside. Talbots win this face-off. Bukovic to Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer through the skates of Stevenson. Donnie Saramac, the freshman, playing it defensively for Montour. Set up a pair of Montour's goals in the last meeting between these clubs. Saramac, by the way, with a father who did play professionally the sport of hockey, in the uniform of the Richmond Renegades of the ECHL way back in the early 2000s. Donnie Saramac the elder, a Detroit native. Donnie the younger with 4 points for Montour in his first varsity season. Meanwhile, Eli Ginn from the corner. Cochran with a steal. It's forced back towards center. Good back check by Lipinski. Spartans going D to D. And from the vacant left wing, here comes Klimas. His world getting rocked by Preston Cochran. Cochran with speed in transition for the Talbots. Cochran toward goal, just wide. Final 2 minutes of first period play. Zacharias pursuing this puck up the boards. Varga from the corner, out in front. Good stick there by Bukovic. Glove down by Sikorsky. Sent to the boards by Cochran. Both teams handling their business defensively in front of their respective netminders early in this game. Still some time to play in the first, though. Montour with it inside the Hampton line. Here's Varga. Varga on his backhand save McCabe. The rebound is there again and pushed behind the net. Zacharias was trying to fish it out of there and shovel it behind McCabe in one fell swoop, but it was not to be. Icing on Hampton.
That'll get you 31 chances to win.
Montour off the faceoff. Varga put some mustard behind that one, but again missed the net. McCabe with that save. A good eye-hand coordination by Ethan Hughes, batting that puck away from his goaltender, and legally, I might add. Schwartzbach to the corner. Behind the net for Kulak. It comes.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Varga tries to go up to Sikorsky. Scott Cameron forcing it back to center, and up it comes now to Bowser. Bowser with a dump in for Hampton. Saramac with it for Montour defensively. The other number 3, Eli Schwartzbach, sends it back behind the Spartans' goal. Jennings up the right wing. Hampton with another dump in. No icing. Half a minute to go in the period. Saramek outletting for Varga. Montour trying to get their breakout going one more time if they possibly can. Sikorsky having trouble with that outlet pass. Ginn under pressure from Sikorsky. Forces a pass that finds Fogel. Fogel up to center for Bowser, who sends it deep with under 10 to go. And the Talbots are content to live to fight another day, or another period, as it were, as the first period buzzer is heard inside the Clearview Arena. Here at the RMU Island Sports Center, it is Hampton Talbots nothing, Montour Spartans nothing. I'm Matt Popchock. You're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Fibrenew.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
The side switch has occurred, and we're back to action. Second period underway between Hampton and Montour in PIHL's Class A Blue Division. The Talbots and Spartans scoreless as the home goaltender, Ethan Diani, gloves this puck down for Montour. And we get our first whistle of period 2 with 14 seconds off the second period clock. Hampton out shooting Montour 9-4 in period 1, and they had the only penny power play of the first 17 minutes, but the Spartans obviously killing that one off as they look for a sweep of the regular season series between these two teams. Hampton earning that charity point in the November 3rd matchup, taking the overtime loss to Montour, which earned 2 points for winning after regulation. For the second year in a row, the PIHL going with an updated point system that awards 3 points for a regulation win and 2 points for a win after regulation time. Zielinski around the boards. Settled down by Eli Ginn. Ginn shooting into the stomach of Diani, and he sprawls out in front to cover that puck as emotions start to run high. Almost a year ago to the day, Ginn got his first ever varsity goal against another of the teams that plays in this building regularly, the Moon Tigers. And the Talbots, lo and behold, get their second penny power play while we were tending to other matters. Klimas sent off for cross-checking. Talbots 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Montour in the season series now 4 of 5 on the penalty kill. Fogle to the corner for Cochran. Early opportunity for Hampton to break the ice here in the second period. Fogle, side of the net, the pass too strong for Cameron. Schwartzbach keeps it in. Cameron flags it down on the half wall, behind the net, beyond Stevenson. Cochran will defer to Fogle, who switches places with Cochran. Out in front, put wide by Cameron. He had an exposed net to shoot at too, just didn't put that puck where he wanted to. Spartans maybe catching a break there as Schwartzbach and the Talbots are forced to retreat. Cameron over the attacking line, dropping for Fogle. Fogle taking down, another penalty coming up against Montour. Spartans are going to be shorthanded by 2 men. McCabe speeding to his own bench. Schwartzbach shooting it. And it's fired into the glove of Diani. Now, as a coach, you try to encourage your players to use hockey sense in that spot and cough up the puck right away to maximize the time on the 2-man advantage. And Diani does touch up and goal for Montour. So for just under a minute, Hampton gets a 2-man penny power play. Big juncture in this game for both teams, with both goaltenders holding down the fort. And it's Varga, the Montour captain, going off for tripping. That's a doubly difficult loss for the Spartans.
2 minutes for tripping. The time of the penalty, 14:53. Varga for Montour, 2 for tripping and 14:53.
Talbots to the corner. Hampton skating 5 against 3. Fogle looking for an avenue. Stevenson to Cameron. Cameron to Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach to Fogle. Fogle in front. Stevenson trying to tee it up. He does, and Diani makes the toe save. Schwartzbach with half a minute on the 2-man advantage. Diani covering, with Cochran fishing for a rebound. There's that adage about how your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. Ethan Diani dialed in. Cochran off the draw. He's tied up. Good work defensively by Aiden Jennings as the Spartans control this puck and get a big clear with under 20 to go in the 5-on-3. That puck taking an awkward roll, but no harm done to McCabe as the Talbots get it up to Bowser. Bowser over the line. Bowser around the boards. Cameron reaching for that puck and reels it in. Cameron from the high slot, deferring to Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach between the circles. Clemens back on. Backhand try wide of Diani, and the net dislodged behind the Montour goaltender. So now it's a conventional penny power play for another 55 seconds with Varga still in the sin bin. But Montour gets a big kill here to start the second period, and now they'll need another to keep this game scoreless. Xander Tolley coming on to take this face-off on special teams for Hampton. Montour wins it and sends it around the boards, but not out. Backhanded toward goal, bounding around in front and cleared immediately. Saramac not standing on ceremony. Eli Ginn surveying the scene. Leaves it for Bowser. Half a minute to go in the Hampton power play. Bowser, left wing, chased by Saramac. Eli Ginn at right point. Ginn gets rid of that puck in the nick of time. Floated to the left side for Bukovic. Bukovic behind the net. Bowser makes a move. Bowser from the right circle. That shot blocked. Ginn gets it back. Bukovic from a bad angle puts it off the skate of Saramac, and Montour's killed them both. A big PK for the Spartans, who come back on the counterattack. Kulak centering for Varga. His shot denied by Patrick McCabe. The senior cutting down the angle and forcing the faceoff. Just one too many passes maybe for the Talbots on special teams. Montour packing it in front of goaltender Ethan Diani at the other end. And they preserve the 0-0 tie with 12:42 to go to the ice cut. Clean faceoff win by Montour, but Zielinski had trouble finding that puck. Gets it to Jennings in the corner. Jennings to his forehand through traffic off the stick of Schwartzbach. He lost sight of it. Backhander by Zielinski. That save made at the side of the net by McCabe. That net temporarily dislodged. Officials allow the teams to keep playing. Fogle gets his puck the rest of the way as Zielinski paid a physical price inside Hampton territory. It's kicked free to Vogel. Vogel trying to go back to Schwartzbach, but right there in the path was Logan Dombrowski. Fogle to center for the Talbots. Dylan Fogle around the D. Fogle follows his puck to the corner, trying to go out in front to Ethan Hughes. Penalty coming up now on Hampton, it appears. And offensive zone penalties will drive any coach nuts, especially after you just squandered a 5-on-3 advantage. And it's Fogle who will sit for interference. Montour, 36 power plays drawn on the year, second most unofficially in Class A. But just 14.3% on the penny power play this season, 19th out of the 23 teams in Class 1A. Both teams trying to break through the special teams doldrums here and break through the scoreless tie, for that matter, as that one goes off the bar behind Patrick McCabe. Saramac finding metal but not mesh. Kulak to the left point. Saramac to the corner for Kulak. Back to Donnie Saramac. Saramac tees it up again, side of the net. Score! Aiden Jennings tips it in on the right side. The Spartans take the 1-0 lead on the penny power play and give the governor a harumph. Aiden Jennings, his fourth of the season, and second on the power play for Montour. From one too many passes to just the right amount. A well-executed play by Montour, 5-on-4. And the Spartans jump ahead. 11 minutes remaining in period 2.
Montour goal scored by number 19, Aiden Jennings. Assisted by number 3, Donnie Saramac. And number 82, Brayden Kulak. Time on the goal, 11-13.
Officially, it's Jennings from Saramac and Kulak. So Saramac now with 3 points in the season series. Kulak had a goal the last time these teams met. So he's now recorded points in both meetings with Hampton. Montour 1, Talbots nothing. Spartans scoring on the penny power play for the 6th time in 25-26. Hampton had been 17 of their first 20 on the PK at 85%, putting them in the top 10. Special teams and goaltending, that's what it usually comes down to in these tight games, and no wonder that the Spartans have the upper hand. Diani making some big saves, and now Hampton running into further penalty trouble as Cochran, the captain, is sent off for interference. Can Montour make it 2 of 2?
Number 22, Preston Cochran, 2 minutes for interference, time and penalty 10-15. Cochran, Hampton, 2 for interference, 10-15.
Jennings going to stay out there for this second consecutive Montour power play per Steve Young. Jennings with goals in back-to-back games now for the Spartans. And we have a pregnant pause here before this face-off in Talbot's territory, which is sent to the corner by Kulak. Kulak fighting for possession for Montour, has it in a 1-0 game. Behind the net for Jennings. Jennings to Cermak. Cermak for Sikorsky. Sikorsky off a skate. It comes right to Varga. Varga above the right circle. Toward goal, and this time the shot pass did not click. Varga with it again atop that right circle. Spartans on the penny power play again. Cermak in the corner. Off the stick hand of Pat McCabe. And the Talbots, thanks to Cameron, get the clear. Varga up the right side for Montour. Draws the double team, goes cross ice now. Spartans operate below the line. They work it to Kulak, now to Cermak. Braden Kulak from the corner. Back to Cermak. Sikorsky to Cermak. 50 to go in the Montour man advantage. Sikorsky just able to keep that puck on side. That was a nice play by the junior. Varga on the off wing off a stick. That of Fogle, it appeared. And it stays in play. Varga with it again. Looking for room to shoot. It's deflected in front. Kulak couldn't steer it on goal. And that's a good play in front of his goaltender by Hughes. Midway through the second period. 1-0 Spartans. Talbots change penalty killers. 15 to go in the minor on Cochran. Sent around the boards by Varga to Cermak, who's been out here for the entirety of this power play. Kulak unable to get past Bukovic. And that should do it. So Hampton plays damage control, and it remains a one-goal affair. Cermak around the boards. Bowser unable to get that puck deep. Sikorsky flying around Cochran just out of the box. Sikorsky to the goal. Backhand try. Good stop there by McCabe, who recovers his goalie stick. Sent around the boards now by Bukovic. Montour keeps it alive. Bukovic one more time defensively for Hampton. Brings it up to center. Good stick by Zacharias, but it comes right to Anigan. Anigan in front. Cochran went down trying to play that puck. Zielinski up to center. And we get another stoppage here with 7:17 till the ice cut. Zielinski without his lid. Playing in career game number 30 imminently. He's on pace to do that next week for Montour. Tonight, career game 29 for Aiden Zielinski for Montour varsity. Varga just barely onside for Montour. Lipinski couldn't put it cleanly on goal. He was messed with by Stevenson. Kulak taken off the puck by Hughes. To the corner it comes to Schwartzbach defensively. Schwartzbach sent to the corner. Bagnotto lost it to Kulak. Good positioning there by Hughes. Talbots get it back up to center. Stevenson around the boards. Bagnotto anticipating. He's run into by Noah Diayani. Shot from the boards is steered aside by Ethan Diayani. Lipinski to center. Schwartzbach with a dump in as players get tied up in front of the Hampton bench. Zach Kuhn calling for a line change behind the play as Kulak shoots it in off McCabe. Cermak touching that puck. And we have too many men. Montour was trying to complete a line change of its own, and they might have done so not on the up and up. No misconduct is the call. Lipinski is trying to figure out what he did, as are we. On sportsmanlike conduct, misconduct, the indication against the rookie. And so Hampton is hoping the fourth time will be the charm on the penny power play. Hampton 1 of 4 on the power play the last time these teams met. And sometimes it's not how many you score, it's when you score them, and the Talbots could use a shot in the arm here. Montour able to clear it. And this will not be a Hampton power play. We stand corrected. The penalty time removed from both scoreboards here in the Clearview Arena as McCabe covers to his left. So the best we can surmise is some salty language was hurled by Lipinski in the direction of this USA hockey crew because we didn't see any literal foul play behind the action. So Montour able to substitute for him, but Lipinski will miss an extended period nonetheless as the Spartans bring it back 5 aside and force that save by Ethan Diani from between the circles. Ginn couldn't get it around Rogers. Spartans up to center. Dylan Hogue flips it into the glove of McCabe, who will not take any chances. Coming up on the final 5 minutes before the ice cut here on Neville Island. Montour with a face-off win. Sikorsky off of Stevenson's stick, and it deflects right to Cochran. Cochran trying to spring Stevenson on the left side. Nothing doing. Sikorsky up the boards beyond Zelensky. Hughes pinching to send that puck around the boards. Dankmeyer giving chase. She's sent away from the puck calmly by Noah Diani. Cochran with his back to the play, protecting this puck for Hampton. Reverses for Stevenson. Stevenson out in front. Cochran couldn't redirect it on net. Montour in transition. Jennings, who has the only goal of this game on special teams for Montour, off the body of McCabe, and it deflects to the far boards. Noah Diani to the corner. Dabrowski was calling for the puck in front, but Hampton has it. An unforced error by the Talbots trying to clear their own zone. Hughes has to send it around the board. Stevenson retreating. Cochran around Varga up to center. Dabrowski getting it deep from Montour. Spartans changing on the fly. Sikorsky poke checked in flight by Joan again. Sikorsky maintaining possession, but Zacharias was in no man's land. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Yes, you heard me correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live PIHL games and on-demand replays at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite PIHL team the way the hockey gods intended. Varga sends this puck to the corner with under 3.5 to go in the period. Montour with the lead on Aiden Jennings, 4th goal of the season and 2nd of the power play variety. Earlier in period 2, Cameron to the corner. Played near side for Bowser. Cermak's going to get there instead. Send it up to Varga. Zacharias to nobody in particular. And McCabe's going to let it go for icing. PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Fibrenew for Week 10 of the regular season. We're here on the island. Brian Mitchell is in Harmerville in just about half an hour or less, and Carrick and Morgantown should be wrapping up at the Ice Castle, the Mon Valley Independent Sports Network, with live coverage of that one before the TJ Central Catholic Nightcap in Class 3A. Shot off the glove hand of Diani, and off the glass as well. Fogle forcing the stop by the Montour All-Star. Klimas sends it the length of the ice. No icing, says this crew. Talbot's up to center. Eli Ginn trying to advance this puck. Fogle well. Fogle with some space. Shooting just wide of the net. And we get a high sticking call with 2:14 to play in the period. Is it high stick on the puck or high stick on the man? Well, it's the latter. Klimas to the box for a second time tonight. And now Hampton will get power play number 4 in this hockey game.
Montour penalty, number 57, Anthony Klimas. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time penalty, 2:14.
Talbot's on the penny power play. Cochran tied up. Cameron trying to get there to keep this puck in the zone. Montour should be able to clear it thanks to Cermak. But good hustle by Cameron to keep it inside the line. Cermak tries again and this time succeeds. Schwartzbach keeps it from getting any further. Fogle slowly over the right side. Tied up by Jennings. Stevenson back to Dylan Fogle. Fogle, right wing, cross ice, too strong for Cameron. Cameron from the corner tries to play it on to Cochran and does. Cochran to the point for Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach for Cameron. Cameron to Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach to the corner for Fogle. Fogle down low for Cochran. Cochran from an angle. And that misses everything and everybody. Schwartzbach has to retreat. Midway through this penny power play for Hampton. Lead pass. Fogle able to get there. Couldn't get it around Cermak though. Cameron pinching. Kept inside by Schwartzbach. Around the boards it goes. Fogle anticipating. Stevenson in the corner. Stevenson to Fogle. Fogle in front. Stevenson unable to settle that puck down. It eludes Schwartzbach, and it's swiped at up the near boards by Sikorsky. Final half minute of this man advantage for Hampton. Lead pass to Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach chased by Jennings. Schwartzbach behind the net. Schwartzbach cross ice for Cameron. Cameron tees it up. Oh, that's blocked. Good gap there by Cermak. Under 20 to go in the period. Hampton now 0 for 4 on the penny power play. Klimas is out. Final 10 seconds of the period. Stevenson onside for Cameron. Cameron, that caught a deflection and went wide. 5 seconds to go. It's sent to the boards, and that should be that. Hockey is the ultimate long-haul sport. Wear and tear are inevitable over the long haul, especially when it comes to wear and tear on your home or office furniture. Fibrenew is a mobile service that specializes in the repair, restoration, and renewal of leather, plastic, vinyl, fabric, and upholstery. If you want to make like a goalie and flash that leather with pride, visit FIBrenew.com to find a location near you, or call 888-597-2951 to get a free estimate today. With the score, Montour 1, Hampton 0. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Fibrenew.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Cochran keeps it in the zone, momentarily for Elijah Ginn. Ginn through traffic, blocker save by Diani. He's back to full strength. Lipinski exits. Varga has this puck, 1 against 2 for Montour. Varga off balance, trying to shoot it, he can't. Now that goes into the armpit of McCabe. Going D-to-D with Eli Ginn. Dankmeyer at center, trying to lead it on for Stevenson, nothing doing. Varga counterattacking, firing. First year, Austin Lipinski. Midway through the scoreless first period, Varga in stride for the Spartans. From distance, he just missed the bar. Varga trying to connect with Keaton. That's broken up by Cochran at center. Cochran over the line for Hampton, shooting into the glove hand of D.I. Spartans from the point. McCabe kicks that one aside, and the rebound just eluded. Innings. Ethan Hughes up to center for Hampton. Hughes on the ice for the first time tonight for the away side. Fogle trying to go upstairs.
Once again, that is $10 per ticket. That will get you 31 chances to win.
Montour off the faceoff. Varga. Zielinski around the boards. Settled down by Eli Ginn. Ginn shooting into the stomach of Diani. Into the corner for Cochran. Early opportunity for Hampton to break the ice here in the second period. Fogle, side of the net, the pass too strong for Cameron. Flags it down on the half wall, behind the net, beyond Stevenson. Cochran will defer to Fogle, who switches places with Cochran. Out in front, put wide by Cameron of Cermak, and Montour's killed them both. A big PK for the Spartans, who come back on the counterattack. Kulak centering for Varga. His shot denied. Both teams trying to break through the special teams doldrums here and break through the scoreless tie, for that matter, as that one goes off the bar behind. Kulak to the left point. Cermak to the corner for Kulak. Back to Donnie Cermak. Cermak tees it up again, side of the net, score! Able to get that puck deep. Sikorsky flying around Cochran, just out of the box. Sikorsky to the goal, backhand try. Good stop there by McCabe, who recovers his goalie stick. Able to substitute for him, but Lipinski will miss an extended period nonetheless, as the Spartans bring it back 5 aside and force that save by Ethan Diani, says this crew. Talbot's up to center. Eli Ginn trying to advance this puck. Fogle will. Fogle with some space, shooting just wide of the net.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup and Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Has Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Hockey is the ultimate long-haul sport. Wear and tear are inevitable over the long haul, especially when it comes to wear and tear on your home or office furniture. FiberNew is a mobile service that specializes in the repair, restoration, and renewal of leather, plastic, vinyl, fabric, and upholstery. FiberNew has been trusted since 1987 to remain on the cutting edge of repair techniques, and their exclusive color matching technology has made them a global leader in their industry. If you want to make like a goalie and flash that leather with pride, visit FIBrenew.com to find a location near you or call 888-597-2951 to get a free estimate today. Downstairs is Austin McLean. Upstairs, I am Matt Popchock for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV. Week 10 coverage presented by our friends at FiberNew. Second period shots on goal here at the RMU Island Sports Center were 9 apiece between the Hampton Talbots and the Montour Spartans. For the game, Hampton 18, Montour 13. Where it counts, however, the Spartans remain ahead 1-0 on Aiden Jennings' second period power play goal. And stop me if you've heard this one before. The Spartans are involved in a one-goal hockey game. We told you about it at the beginning of the broadcast. 6 of their first 9 were decided by a single goal. They've won a few, they've lost a few, and regardless of tonight's result, Hampton will remain in 6th place in the Class A Blue Division, but Montour's got to find a way to nail down a regulation win here if they want to gain some crucial points and cash in on a big opportunity to gain ground on teams like Hampton that are going to be battling it out for those final couple of playoff spots in the Blue Division as we move past the holiday break. Talbots control this puck on the freshly cut ice of the Clearview Arena. Up ahead it comes to Dylan Fogel. Fogel shooting wide of Ethan Diani. Schwartzbach's shot, catching some friendly fire. Scott Cameron taking that one off the ankle. Coming the other way, Varga out in front, intended for Zacharias. That pass was behind him. Otherwise, we might be looking at a 2-0 game. Cameron with the dump in. Bowser follows it up for Hampton. Varga around the boards. Fogel to the near side for Bukovic. Bukovic's intended pass broken up. Montour just getting all kinds of sticks and bodies and lanes all night long. You got to give credit to Steve Young's team, the way they've defended as a unit. And Diani certainly doing his part in goal, turning aside 18 pucks and counting. Stevenson through a crowd. Forced back to center for Eli Ginn. Ginn with a dump in. No icing. Sikorsky up for Zielinski. Bukovic. That outlet pass too strong for Cochran. Nico Sikorsky through center. Trail check by Cochran. Sikorsky to the corner. Trying to tee it up for Zielinski out in front. Had trouble with that puck in the corner. Montour with a steal. Dabrowski lost it to Cochran. Cochran over the attacking line. Cochran forcing a loud kick save by Diani. And a fine one it was, as officials have to adjust the Montour net behind the goaltender. At the other end, McCabe has the puck go off the post, and the rebound put just wide. Dabrowski that close. Hogue floating it toward goal. McCabe settles it down for his defenseman, Hughes. Retreating is Klimas, one of 8 sophomores on this Montour varsity roster. A youth movement for the Spartans this year. A lot of those sophomores a couple of years ago were part of a JV championship team at Montour. Spartans winning that JV title at the PIHL's Tier 3 level at the time. Hogue with a dump in for Montour, settled down by McCabe for a faceoff. Waiting in the wings for Game 2 of our PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader. In the Class A Gold Division, it's the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions and the North Hills Indians on the annual North Hills Hockey Club Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Join us for that one at 9:15 Eastern Daylight Time, thereabouts, on TenbandTV. North Hills last year in this barn had a very emotional win on Hockey Fights Cancer Night, scoring on the game's first shot. At the time, the opponent was Freeport, and the Indians went on their way to a dominant win. We'll see how they fare in this one. Again, that's coming up at 9:15. Here we've got 13:25 to go in the third period. Montour trying to add to a 1-0 lead or minimally protect it for goaltender Ethan Diani. Varga through the right circle. Varga behind the net. That net becomes dislodged. Officials will let him play. Varga forced back to center by Bowser. Bowser, does he have a step? Yes, he does. Bowser to the goal. Flips it wide. Again on the rebound. Diani was ready. One of the best chances of the night for the Talbots, and a sharp save there reflexively with the right pad by McCabe on Nico Sikorsky. An old-fashioned goalie duel here on Neville Island. Varga to the cage. Burial! Big Shark goes chomp. It's Trey Varga, the captain, giving Montour a 2-0 lead with 12.5 remaining in regulation. Lucky 13 for the Montour Junior to lead the Spartans. I like my humble pie room temperature, thank you. Just as we were talking up Patrick McCabe, the senior, a big insurance marker by Montour to make it a 2-0 game. And the Spartans are looking for more. Jennings off a Hampton body. Looked like Hughes got in the way of that one. Varga now with 3 goals against the Talbots this season, including his dramatic equalizer and OT winner in the last confrontation. To center comes Cochran. Cochran almost got past Klimas. Almost not quite good enough, though. Nice play by Stevenson. Stevenson to the goal. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Diani. Hampton with a couple of grade A chances in this third period, but still nothing to show for it. Officially, it's Varga from Kulak and Saramac. So Kulak and Saramac each with 2 assists on the night. McCabe freezing that puck. His face-off won by Montour to the corner. It'll come to Miller. McCabe making that save. He stops the rebound as well. Dylan Hogue jamming away at it. Hampton in transition. Dylan Fogel knocked down as he went toward goal. Penalty coming up on the Spartans as Diani covered that puck inside the crease. And he had some company in that crease. Brother Noah appears to be all right. The Montour Spartans 4 for 4 on the PK, and they'll be put to work again as Hogue goes off for tripping.
Montour penalty on 50, Dylan Hogue, 2 minutes of tripping, time of penalty 11:04. Hogue, Montour, 2
Hampton
11:04.
trying to exercise those penny power play demons. Down by a deuce here in the third period. Talbots win the faceoff. To the point for Schwartzbach, near side for Fogel. Fogel, who drew that penalty, fires it off the skate of Varga, and that hurt him. Varga limping a bit as Vogel distributes to Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach off Diani, and the rebound is still available and cleared just barely enough by Saramac to get that puck back to center ice. Cochran. Varga's staying out here. He's going to gut it out. Vogel near side. Vogel comes back for this puck. Schwartzbach keeps it onside. Schwartzbach from the corner, out in front. Cameron couldn't hit the one-timer at the side of the net. Chance possibly for Montour shorthanded. Varga going toward goal. That pass broken up. Talbot's had it well played midway through this penny power play for Hampton. Stretch pass to Fogel. Final 10 minutes of regulation. Hampton trying to crack the goose egg. Fogel on Diani, and the rebound right to Zacharias. Schwartzbach takes it away. And nobody home there except Sikorsky. Schwartzbach wins it back. Cochran keeping it onside. Cochran down the middle to Fogel. Cochran trailing the play. Off-balance shot. That's blocked. And played up ahead by Kulak. Kulak with speed to the Hampton goal. Kulak knocked the stick out of Schwartzbach's hands as he released that puck. .24 to go in the minor penalty on Dylan Hogue. Kulak has scored a shorthanded goal already this season for Montour. He's also set up another. And he forces the face-off deep in Hampton ice. Spartans trying to go a perfect 5 for 5 on the penalty kill this evening. 9:15 to play. And Montour has this puck. They'll pull it off. Zacharias up ahead. Turnaround shot, wide of McCabe. Hogue out of the box. Teams back to equal strength. From the boards, it's played in front. Intended for Kulak, cut off by Eli Ginn. Bowser up ahead for Ginn. A lot of hockey played by the Ginn family of Hampton School District. Centering pass for Bowser. Bowser off the leg, and Ginn couldn't shovel in the rebound. Midway through the third, Stevenson with it in the corner. Bowser going after it. Talbots rolling up their sleeves and trying to go to work here, down by 2. Again, takes that hit from Dabrowski as he makes the play. Steve Young trying to make a line change. Hampton trying to do the same as Anigan is double teamed at center ice. Ginn forced back in front of his own goaltender. Anigan tries to let it go to Cameron. It's interrupted at center by Keaton. Over the line, Varga. Varga on his backhand to the goal. Save made by McCabe. Varga still has this puck from Montour, and from an angle, he forces another save by Patrick McCabe. Varga coming in tonight, tied for 3rd in the goal column in Class A. We'll unofficially call him 3rd after that 3rd period goal a little while back. Varga with it again after the faceoff. Backhanded try, stopped by McCabe. The follow-up is smashed in. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Tray just would not be denied, and he makes it a tray for the Montour Spartans. 7:32 remaining. We'll await the official announcement but that'll be Varga's 14th and 2nd of the night.
Montour goal, his 2nd of the game, scored by number 18, Trey Varga. Unassisted, time for the goal, 7:32.
And that was all number 18 in white. Varga unassisted is how they're scoring it. So Varga continues to torment the Talbots, and Hampton now is staring at a 3-goal hole with time ticking down in the 3rd period. 2 meetings with the Talbots, 2 multi-goal games by Montour's Trey Varga. And Varga pushes that goal-scoring streak overall to 3 games now as the Talbots send it up for Bowser. Bowser takes a hit to get that puck to the corner. Turnaround try by Cameron goes wide. Bowser colliding aggressively with Klimas. Fogle under pressure from Miller. Drops it off. This shot by Bowser is blocked. Again, Montour just minding their gaps through and through and not leaving Hampton really a ton of room to maneuver in the attacking zone. Stevenson forcing that save, and the rebound is right to Donnie Saramac. And when Ethan Diani has been called into action, he's been dependable thus far. Stevenson for Tolley. Tolley couldn't settle it down. Klimas has no problem icing this puck with his team in a commanding lead. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night live on TenbandTV? Well, right now, you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard me correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite team the way the hockey gods intended. Cathedral Prep and Shaler, speaking of other live games, getting underway on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest's TenbandTV channel. And Thomas Jefferson and Central Catholic in Class 3A should be doing that shortly, and that game can be seen on the MVI Sports channel. Cochran, left side, save made by Diani. And the rebound is controlled by Montour. Final 5 minutes of regulation. Spartans trying to sold away a big win on home ice against one of the teams they're chasing for those last couple playoff spots in Class A. These Blue Division rivals meeting for the second time in just under a month. Varga offside for Montour. Bowser off the Hampton face-off win for Hughes, dropping for Cameron. Cameron over the outstretched hand of Diani. Fogel toward goal. Saramac from deep in his own zone. Out now for Miller. Correction, that's Lipinski trying to fire that puck for the Spartans. With under 4 minutes left in regulation, Hughes plays it for Hampton. Diving play. A good effort there by Saramac, just not enough to keep it inside the zone as Jennings and Bowser collide, and Bowser took the worst of that one. Hampton changing behind the play. Fogel looking for this puck. Backed up by Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach missing the target. Another turnover to the Talbots. Camera to the corner for Eli Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach looking for space. He hits Stevenson, just on for Hampton. Anigan trying to get it to Fogel. Fogel pushing and shoving with Sikorsky in the corner. Correction, that was Klimas getting involved with the Talbot newcomer. And it's been a frustrating night for Hampton in the attacking zone. Schwartzbach. Fogel through the legs of Stevenson, unable to take away Diani's eyes. Talbot's with it in front. Ginn chasing this puck to the board, sent up to center red by Sikorsky. Kulak with the dump in for Montour. Bukovic around the boards for Hampton, up to Cochran. Cochran plays it around Noah Diani. Eli Ginn, right point. To the corner for Stevenson. Ginn at center point. Ginn on his backhand. Net empty down to our left. Zach Kuhn putting all his eggs in one basket with his team down by a bunch. Out in front, too strong for Cochran. Schwartzbach for Fogel. Out in front, it comes right to one of the Spartans. Kulak will just send it up the right wing boards. Talbot's unable to buy themselves an icing call. Stolen by Rogers. Rogers missing the empty net. Colin Rogers' first varsity goal will have to wait a little while longer as Ginn brings it over the line for the Talbots. Ginn taken off the puck. Tolley off one of the officials. Stevenson flags it down for Hampton. Rogers again, and this time he will ice it for the Spartans with 63 ticks to talk. Hampton wins the draw. That shot obstructed by Aiden Jennings. If this scoreline holds, Jennings gets credit for the game winner. That power play tally back in period 2. Fogel turned it over, sent the length of the ice, and in! Pay the man, Shirley. Donnie Saramac, the freshman, hits the empty net. Montour 4, Hampton nothing. 43 seconds remaining.
Montour goal, scored by number 3, Donnie Saramac. Unassisted, time of the
Saramac, second of the season.
Saramac, unassisted at 43
And it'll be an unassisted empty net goal. So the Spartans will improve to 3-5-1-1 overall, good for 12 points in the Class A Blue Division. Hampton will remain on 13 points in that number 6 spot in Class A Blue. Talbots will drop to 4-4-0-1, but they do have 6 of their next 8 coming up at home. And to wit, they'll host Indiana at the Frozen Pond next Monday night at 7:10. Montour hitting the road for the War Memorial next Tuesday night at 8:50 to take on Richland Cambria. Now, the Spartans have 7 of their final 8 of the regular season here on home ice in some way, shape, or form. Spartans will be the official home team for 6 of those 7. 4 seconds remaining, although the clock has stopped at 3.2. For formality's sake, one more drop of the puck. That's it. Fort Pitt, the first career shutout for PIHL All-Star Ethan Diani. He backstops the Montour Spartans to a 4-0 win over the Hampton Talbots in this big Class A Blue showdown.
shots on goal, Montour 13, North Hills 8. Total shots on goal, Montour 13, Hampton 8.
26 saves for Diani to earn that shutout and improve to 2-3 overall this season.
Total shots on goal,
Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Austin McLean. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski back at World Headquarters. Thank you for watching and listening. North Hills Hockey Club's Hockey Fights Cancer Game is up next against Greensburg-Salem. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by FiberNew.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Cochran keeps it in the zone, momentarily for Elijah Ginn. Ginn through traffic, blocker saved by Diani. He's back to full strength. Lipinski exits. Varga has this puck, 1 against 2 for Montour. Varga off balance, trying to shoot it, he can't. Now that goes into the armpit of McCabe. Going D-to-D with Eli Ginn. Dankmeyer at center, trying to lead it on for Stevenson, nothing doing. Varga counterattacking, firing. First year, Austin Lipinski. Midway through the scoreless first period, Varga in stride for the Spartans. From distance, he just missed the bar. Varga trying to connect with Keaton. That's broken up by Cochran at center. Cochran over the line for Hampton, shooting into the glove hand of D.I. Spartans from the point. McCabe kicks that one aside, and the rebound just eluded. Innings. Ethan Hughes up to center for Hampton. Hughes on the ice for the first time tonight for the away side. Fogle trying to go upstairs.
Once again, that is $10 per ticket. That will get you 31 chances to win.
Montour off the faceoff. Varga. Zielinski around the boards. Settled down by Eli Ginn. Ginn shooting into the stomach of Diani into the corner for Cochran. Early opportunity for Hampton to break the ice here in the second period. Fogle, side of the net, the pass too strong for Cameron. Flags it down on the half wall, behind the net, beyond Stevenson. Cochran will defer to Fogle, who switches places with Cochran. Out in front, put wide by Cameron of Cermak, and Montour's killed them both. A big PK for the Spartans, who come back on the counterattack. Kulak centering for Varga. His shot denied. Both teams trying to break through the special teams doldrums here and break through the scoreless tie, for that matter, as that one goes off the bar behind. Kulak to the left point. Cermak to the corner for Kulak. Back to Donnie Cermak. Cermak tees it up again, side of the net, score! Able to get that puck deep. Sikorsky flying around Cochran, just out of the box. Sikorsky to the goal, backhand try. Good stop there by McCabe, who recovers his goalie stick. Able to substitute for him, but Lipinski will miss an extended period nonetheless, as the Spartans bring it back 5 aside and force that save by Ethan Diani, says this crew. Talbot's up to center. Eli Ginn trying to advance this puck. Fogle will. Fogle with some space, shooting just wide of the net. Talbots control this puck on the freshly cut ice of the Clearview Arena. Up ahead it comes to Dylan Fogle. Fogle shooting wide of Ethan Diani. Lost it to Cochran. Cochran over the attacking line. Cochran forcing the Montour net behind the goaltender. At the other end, McCabe has the puck go off the post, and the rebound put just wide. Officials will let him play. Varga forced back to center by Bowser. Bowser, does he have a step? Yes, he does. Bowser to the goal. Flips it wide. Sikorsky. An old-fashioned goalie duel here on Neville Island. Varga to the cage. Burial! Varga with it again after the faceoff. Backhanded try. Stopped by McCabe. The follow-up is... And that game can be seen on the MVI Sports channel. Cochran, left side. Save made by Diani. Worst of that one. Hampton changing behind the play. Fogle looking for this puck. Backed up by Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach missing the target. The game winner. That power play tally back in period 2. Fogle turned it over, sent the length of the ice, and in!
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.